Now this is an overview of earthquakes, not all of them by the way, significant ones in the world. And as you can see, there's quite a bit, and it's always around the Ring of Fire. We are seeing far more here around, by the way, not so much here, but it's really here that this activity seems to be growing. And that's why I'm a bit more concerned about that. 6.1, again, it's 10 kilometers down. Nothing to create a tsunami. Hawaii gets it, by the way. And that's because of the volcano, to be honest. 5.6, okay, yeah, that's just the same thing. So what you're seeing is, even in Africa, Europe has its own systems, so I'll discuss that in another video, okay? But basically, all of South Africa around here, it's because of this Ring of Fire again, is being more, I say activated, but Japan, you're going to see far more earthquakes, I think, after March next year, end of February into March. But basically you're going to see that because this Ring of Fire again is moving. So it is active far more. You'll see 5.9s, 6 anything from 1 to 9. There could be a 7.2, and that's near the, I don't want to get into it, but near the island where the atomic, all right, I'll get there in a minute. In Tokyo, in there. So be careful for people in Japan, okay? But basically, it's all about this area here that's been active. It's got its own little fire hazard here with undersea. And then, of course, we've got the one that is very, very active here, and that is, let me see. All right, going into all of these. Indonesia seems to be getting more active too. You'll see about a 7.1, not really too, like anything from 20 to 40 miles down, but still it's going to affect their landmass, okay? Papua New Guinea always is active. We're going through, and Vanuatu gets all kinds of high. That was a 6.7 there, and that one just had 5.2. Vanuatu. This is a very extremely active area here. Australia I'll cover in their own video. New Zealand too, but they are also going to get earthquake activity. They may even have a 7.1, and it'll be more or less centered round about here, in that area here, okay? Not so much Malaysia. And I do see Nepal getting hit with a 6.7. Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, it's all of that. They are getting, but they're at 5.6s, 6.5s. They're in the mountains, I'm afraid. So I'm not going to cover Europe. It looks as if they have no activity, but they do. And that's on a separate one. Okay, and I'll cover that in Europe. This is just generally the world. We are seeing far more earthquakes, sadly, in Africa as well. Going to South America, Chile, all of this whole area will experience far more earthquakes, more down here as well. And this cluster, it could go to a 7.6. Won't, I don't believe, generate a tsunami, okay? I'll cover all the other ones for Europe later, and the South Pacific in another one. All right, thank you for joining me.